Hello, welcome to my channel, Open Heart Healing. My name is Sarah Walsh. I am an ambassador for Christ Consciousness, and thank you for being here with me in this now moment. It's always my intention that at least one of these messages will resonate with each person watching this, and these messages are also timeless, so if you're watching this, you know, a year from now, if my channel is still here a year from now, anyway, whenever you're watching this, it's the right time for you to be watching it. Today is January 26th, 2022, but again, these messages are timeless, so yeah. If you saw yesterday's live, that was a doozy. That was a doozy. And then I realized last night that the moon was in Scorpio, and I was like, oh, okay, like that makes sense. My natal moon is Scorpio, so when the moon's in Scorpio, it's like double whammy for me, I guess. But anyway, you can Google Scorpio moon and see what that's all about if you want. It's intense emotions, anyway, but it's also very powerful, and it's powerful for creation. I just saw 111 on the clock. So anyway, yeah, after yesterday's live was, the only way I can describe that, it was a shit show from start to finish. The whole entire thing was crazy. If you have not watched it, don't, okay? And if you have watched it, I apologize, but not really, because it was supposed to be that way. It was supposed to happen exactly as it happened. I was supposed to cry on camera like that, and everything that happened was supposed to happen. So it was fine, but I couldn't even function afterwards. I couldn't even function. So I don't know if I'll be doing any more lives in the future, because I've done 3 lives so far, and the last 2, when I was done, I was completely wiped out. Of course, both of those days before the live, I had kind of a big emotional expenditure, I would say, of some capacity. But anyway, so maybe I'll try another live, but I don't know. I am not liking them so much. And I got some trolls yesterday. On top of it, was already a doozy of a live, and then I had trolls coming in, and I'm like, oh, awesome. Anyway, I'm supposed to show you the tea that I'm drinking today is a flowering tea, pineapple. So it's like this little flower bud, and you put it in the boiling water, and then it like opens up as it's brewing the tea or whatever. And my friend Stephanie gave me these teas. She also gave me the special teapot to brew them in, so thank you, Stephanie. Whether you see this or not, it doesn't matter. I appreciate it, and that is the tea that I'm drinking, and I was supposed to tell you that. And oh, the mug I'm using today is the God is in Everything I See mug. And I don't know why, but I'm supposed to tell you the story. When I was in 7th grade, I think she was my homeroom teacher. I think she was an English teacher. Her name was Mrs. Murdis, and everyone just thought she was insane, because she, like, when we had to put the chairs up at the end of the day, she would, or I don't know, something with the chairs, and she would always say, remember, she would tell us to be careful with the chairs, and she would say, remember, chairs are people too. And we were all like, what is this lady talking about? She's totally insane. But then Spirit told me about how God is actually the empty space that's in every single atom and stuff, like, is mostly empty space, and that's God, which doesn't, I don't know. I can't tell you that's for sure true, but that's what Spirit told me once. And then I was like, oh, maybe she was onto something, you know, like, because the chairs are made up of the same energy that we're all made up of, and the same kind of molecules, and they have the empty space. Even inanimate objects have the empty space in their atoms, right? So that means they have God in them, I guess. So I don't know why I was supposed to tell that story, but anyway, so yeah, after yesterday's live, I really didn't feel like doing this today. I'm just gonna be honest with you guys. I did not want to come on here and do a video today. I didn't, but here I am. Because this is my job right now, is to show up. Oh, that tea tastes pretty good. Kind of pineapple-y. Makes sense, since it's pineapple. Anyway, but this is my job right now, and I'm supposed to show up no matter what I look like, no matter what mood I'm in or whatever. As long as I can show up, I'm supposed to show up. So here I am. I'm showing up for you and for us and for all of us or whatever. I don't think there was anything else I really needed to tell you guys this right now. I think that's it. So I'm going to pull the Bible verse for today. So yeah, this with me, you're gonna get Christianity, Bible verses. You're gonna get tarot cards and crystals, and everything in between. I'm like just I'm like a hodgepodge of truth, I guess is what they said. Okay, so this is Philippians. Am I saying that right? Philippians 1:20. Christ shall be magnified in my body, whether it be by life or by death. So, magnified in my body. I have a lot of things to say, but none of them are going to come out. Okay, so, and then we have Job. I can't talk. 41:22. Sorrow is turned into joy before him. I'm assuming they're talking about, I don't know, Jesus? I'm not sure. Sorrow is turned into joy before him. That makes me think of yesterday when Jesus came and if you saw the live and heard me tell the story about how Jesus came and comforted me yesterday when I was triggered and I was working through my trigger and making the unconscious conscious so that I can overcome it. And anyway, Jesus came and was with me and he helped me turn my sorrow. Well, I'm not sure I turned it into joy, but anyway. Okay, enough of that. Okay, I already pre-shuffled and cleared the energy of the decks, or cleared the energy of the decks and then pre-shuffled, I guess is the correct way to say that if I was saying it in the chronological order of the way I do things. So I hope you guys are all doing well. Yeah. I don't have a lot of words today. We got the Hanged Man, and I just am thinking, and I'm just realizing that I don't know what zodiac sign the Hanged Man goes to. I know most of the major arcana, what they all are like assigned different signs, but I don't know the Hanged Man. I just saw 8:08 on the clock, which is a significant number to me. The great 8:08. What's the Hanged Man? I really don't know. Now I want to look it up. Not right now. No, I'm not taking those. I'll take that one. I'm not taking these cards. I don't care. And we got the bottom of the deck. That Queen of Swords is visiting again. We've seen her quite a bit recently. Okay, now this feels like a reading for me. Already the energy I'm getting from these three cards is like, wow, this is very fitting for where I'm at, but that must mean it's fitting for other people too. All right, so we got number 12, Major Arcana, the Hanged Man. Like I said, I don't know what sign this goes to, but it must have some sign associated with it that I don't know. The Hanged Man is usually about kind of, it can mean different things. It can just mean you're like in limbo, kind of you're in a waiting period. You're kind of stagnant right now. You're not having a lot of forward movement. It can also see how she's got like the light by her head. The traditional tarot, the Hanged Man also has a light around his head, and it kind of signifies like having an epiphany, a realization of some kind, that, or like seeing things from a different angle, looking at something from a different perspective. See how they're, hanging upside down. This reminds me of when I was a little girl, or a girl, and I used to like to hang from the monkey bars with my legs, like, you know, with my, like my knees would be there, like holding myself up with my knees. And I would like to hang upside down. I always liked that sensation of being flipped upside down and having the gravity reversed. An inversion, like an inversion table. So maybe somebody should go use an inversion table if you have one, or if you don't have one, you maybe even thinking about it, or maybe this is the first time you're hearing about this and you're interested in looking it up. I've always wanted an inversion table, but I never really had room for one, so I had this little stool thing that you could, it was like a stool with like a cutout for your head, so I could like put my head down in it and flip myself up and rest my feet against the wall to be upside down. But it was put all the pressure right here, and it would push really hard and stuff, so I didn't use it very much, and then I gave it away last summer. I gave away a bunch of my stuff. I was trying to clear out my house as much as possible in preparation for dying. And I didn't actually finish. I still have more things to clear out. But anyway, that's beside the point. So anyway, I got rid of it because I didn't use it very much, but I do like that, being upside down. So I'm just getting inversion table for somebody for that right away. And then we have the Eight of Pentacles. This is a Capricorn card, I'm pretty sure, which is my sun sign. And this is about, you know, putting your nose to the grindstone and getting the work done. So, which is kind of like what I'm doing here with these videos, showing up every day, coming and sitting in my special chair. No, it's not really special, but that's the only time I sit in this chair really, is when I do these videos. And with my little table here with all my, like, I got a pyramid that sits here. I put my tarot cards in it when I'm done. I got a crystal that I put on top of the cards. Got my Bible, my daily bread, our daily bread Bible verses, and my little statue of Gaia, my Gaia statue. That's what I call it anyway. And my little Tibetan bowl. So anyway, this card is, and my hair. I often have my hair up in a poofy bun like this. So, yeah, and this is the moon, right? And the moon phases, and I was talking about how the moon, it's still in Scorpio for the rest of this day, today. It goes into Sagittarius in the early morning hours here, anyway. But it's just giving me the message of, like, yes, I need to show up no matter what sign the moon is in, or what phase the moon is in, or where the stars are at, or whatever. I'm supposed to just show up. Just show up as I am, and do it. Because I don't know the reason exactly, you guys. Just that I'm activating you guys who are watching these videos. I'm giving you energetic activations, and I'm giving you the holy fire energy, the love, and you know, in addition to the messages. But actually the messages are just secondary, or the other stuff is just as important as the messages, maybe. And then the Four of Swords. And this Four of Swords is all about, like, taking a break, resting, self-care. You know, she's just like curled up in the fetal position, and she's knit a heart here, and now she's done knitting the heart, and she's just resting. She's taking a break and taking it easy. So this reminds me of yesterday, after I did the live, and I was totally drained, and I was completely exhausted, you guys. I couldn't even function. So I basically couldn't do anything the rest of the day, and I just did self-care, and I took a 2-hour bath. That was wonderful. I love my baths. So anyway, that's reminding me of me yesterday after doing the work. So anyway, so these three, I'm going to hold them up. Like, I don't normally do that here, but I'm going to hold these up together so you can see. And the lighting is, you know, kind of bright. There's some kind of truck outside, and I want to look, but I don't want to interrupt the reading. So you got the Hanged Man and the Eight of Pentacles and the Four of Swords. So you got, like, being in limbo, kind of just being stagnant, just getting to work and getting the work done, and then doing self-care and resting as much as possible. This is kind of my life. These three cards sum up my life for you, my life right now. So it's interesting to me. I don't usually look at the cards, all three of them together. I did get the message from Spirit the other day that I should start doing that. So anyway, today I did it. I looked at them all together and got, it's just a very, if you can read tarot cards too, you will know what I'm talking about. Those cards together. Maybe you won't. I don't know. I don't even know what I'm talking about. She's got an aloe vera plant here. I have like 4 aloe vera plants over in the other room over there where my plants are, because that's where they get a lot of sun, over there in that room, my dining room. So if you've been thinking about getting a plant for your house or apartment or whatever, I guess this is the message is to get one. That's a good idea. It's always good to have plants. And aloe vera is a good one to have. They're pretty easy to take care of. And you can use the aloe vera gel inside of them for if you ever have burns or dry skin or whatever. Sorry, I'm distracted by the squirrels. I always have to try to drink my tea before it gets cold, because otherwise then I don't like to drink it once it's cold. So yeah, anyway, aloe vera plant. Or maybe someone needs to use aloe vera for something. And I see the feather here, so that reminds me of the feather tribe that Gypsy JJ calls us, the feather tribe. So if you want to be part of the feather tribe, you are in. You just have to get through Jesus. You have to be Jesus approved, I guess. That's it. That's the only requirement. If you're Jesus approved, you're in if you want to be. This is also very much, I don't know if I got this message from this card before. This feels familiar. I feel like I got this message from something. But it looks like how she's putting her hand down, and then see these symbols? It looks like light codes. Like she's putting light codes in the water, like I've talked about before. So I guess I'm supposed to bring that up again to remind people, like, if you feel guided to, you can put codes in the water. You can put water in the sunlight, and the sun will put codes in the water. Or you can set your intention to put codes in the water, like I do when I'm taking a bath. I put codes in the water, energetic codes from my energy field being in the water, puts the codes in the water. But I also do light language sometimes when I'm in the bath with my hands and my voice. So if you know how to do light language, you can do light language and direct it to water. If you live by the ocean, you can go do that to the ocean, the water of the ocean. And then that, you know, we're all connected by water too. And water is programmable like that, I guess. So I just got that message from that. Okay, I've never noticed it about this card, but see, she's got like 2 black X's on her arm. Can you see? I feel like that's not in focus. Maybe if I get my face out of the way. It always like seems like it just wants to focus on my face. But then I have to like, because I have to peek around the card so I can see if it's focused and in center. And maybe if I go way outside of the, there we go. Is that better? I don't know. I do the best I can. So anyway, she's got these 2, look like black X's on her arm. I don't know what that means. Black X's. It's reminding me of like the Roman numeral 20, right? And that would be 2 X's, but not like that unless you turned it sideways. Then it looks like it. It kind of looks like the Under Armour symbol that is on my sweatshirt the other day. When you turn it sideways. It reminds me of that anyway. Still don't know what the message is. Spirit, what? Something. I don't know, maybe that means something to somebody. Just what I'm said. Oh, that's it. So I don't know if those are supposed to be tattoos or wounds or scars. I mean, scars aren't black, so that doesn't really make a whole lot of sense. But her other arm looks like it has tattoos on it, like flowers. But they're very faint looking and like delicate. Very pretty. So this, if this was if these black X's were a tattoo, it doesn't go with her other tattoos. But so I feel like it's not a tattoo. The red string is giving me the message that, I don't know if it's like Japanese or something. I've seen it before a couple times on Facebook, whatever, people making a post saying like, I can't remember if it's Japanese or whatever, but in some culture there's a belief that like two people who are meant to be together are connected by a red string. Is that right? No, I'm not sure, but I feel like that's what it is. They're connected by like they've got a red string tied on their fingers that are connected, and it doesn't matter how far apart they go from each other or what they do, whatever, like nothing can break that connection, which always makes me think of like the twin flame connection. But it doesn't necessarily have to be a twin flame. You can just, maybe it's just like you have a connection with a certain person or group of people, and nothing that happens can break that connection, and that you will eventually come together because you're meant to, and you have like soul contracts to do so. And how it's, you know, that red string is coming from the heart. It's like she knit a heart, knitted, or knit. I don't know what the correct word is there, but like she knit this heart from the red string. Oh. And she did a good job, and now she can rest. She did good work, and now she gets to rest. Until everybody else is done knitting their hearts or something. Like everybody has to knit their own heart, and then and she's done already, like ahead of other people maybe, and then now she's resting. She's just resting and waiting until the other people that she's going to come together with and work with, until they have their heart ready. Oh, I love that. I love that. That's cool. Okay. I like that message. That's a good message. Let's see if I have anything else. I'm just getting the message that, you know, most people think of work as like this kind of a thing of like, you sit at a desk and you work on a computer, or you go to your job and do a job or whatever and punch in the time clock and punch out and whatever. But so this is, I mean, that is work, right? Obviously, but like that's the traditional kind of idea of work, of traditional work. But I'm being told that this is also work. Like being in limbo, or even I don't know, like a dark night of the soul. I don't really get that vibe usually from this card, but for some reason that's coming to mind. But like even going through a dark night of the soul is work. And, you know, doing magical work, right? Like putting light codes in water, or speaking light language, or doing Reiki, or any kind of energy stuff. Like that's work too, right? But that's just a different kind of work. That's not the traditional kind of work. And then also even like self-care and taking care of yourself and working on your heart and your emotional state and learning how to have self-love and unconditional love for others and taking care of yourself and having compassion for yourself. and tending to your emotional needs, that's also work. And important work, I'm supposed to say. It's important work. But it doesn't look like work. Like, most people don't think of those kinds of things as work, right? Because it's not like you're getting paid for it. This is coming off and it's bothering me. So, I don't know, maybe this message definitely applies to me, but other people as well, I guess. But, because I mean, it's like I'm kind of doing all three of these kinds of work right now. I mean, my traditional work is these videos, which really isn't, in most people's opinion, isn't really work or traditional work, but it's what I'm supposed to do right now. It's all I'm supposed to do for official work or whatever, but I do all the unofficial work too, and I guess it's Spirit acknowledging that all that other kind of work is just as important, if not more, they say. That's at 2555, so 555. It all has a purpose, it all serves a purpose, and it's all important. So I guess if anybody out there isn't able to work a job right now, or you can only work a little bit of a job or something, or like a regular job, don't be hard on yourself. That's okay, and that you must be doing other kinds of work that maybe you aren't thinking of as being important work, but it is. There's nothing more important than getting your heart purified and cleared out and doing the emotional work and, you know, all that, you know, internal stuff. Learning how to connect to God inside your heart and things like that. Really, a regular job is way less important than that, right? I don't know why I feel like we're ranking things here. I'm ranking things of like levels of importance, but it's just like in our society, we only value traditional regular jobs that give you money, right? So we don't really think of other things as being work or being important or valuable, like how, you know, like stay-at-home parents maybe are seen as lesser, like that's not real work or it's not a real job or whatever, but it is work and it is important. It's very important, and it's probably more important than a regular job. So, I mean, I guess it depends on what your job is, but that's what I'm getting. So, yeah, just be gentle with yourself. If you're going through a tough time, or you feel, if you're feeling just worthless, or like you're not good enough, you're not getting enough done, you're not productive enough, or whatever, like the message I'm getting is have compassion for yourself, because you're doing an awesome job and you're doing exactly what you need to be doing right now. And learn how to tap into your intuition so that you can hear the guidance, so that you'll know when it's time to do something different, or it's time to change things up, or it's time to get moving, or whatever the case may be. But give yourself a break, because as my friend Christina says, being human is hard. And then Spirit always adds in, and it's a blessing. Even the hard stuff is a blessing. So I get that message again today. All right, well, I think that's all the messages from the cards today and everything I had to tell you. So, yeah, I'm sure you can feel my energy is a little subdued today. I'm energetically recovering from yesterday still. So, whatever that was about, that live yesterday, I'm just glad it's over. And like I said, not sure I'm going to be doing it again. We'll see. I don't think it could ever go any worse than it did yesterday, so there's always that perspective to look at it from. Oh my goodness. Anyway, all right. Well, I love you guys. They're reminding me of light language, but I'm nervous to do the light language. Yesterday someone asked me to do the light language at the end of the live, and it didn't. It was weird. I don't even know how to explain it into words, but I didn't particularly like it. So, yeah, I'm going to just not do light language today anyway. Maybe I'll pick it back up again sometime. But I'm feeling resistance to doing it. Even though I'm feeling like I'm supposed to do it, I'm still feeling resistant to doing it. So, and that's how I felt yesterday on the live, because I felt obligated to do it because someone asked me to do it, and I didn't want to do it because my energy didn't feel good to do it. But I felt like I had to do it, so then I did it, and then it was kind of, I don't know the right word for it, but it didn't feel so great to do it. So I'm just going to let that be. We're not going to do light language today. Maybe tomorrow. Maybe never. I'm sure I'll do it sometime. The devil. Oh, I don't know why I just cut the deck to put these. See, I have to remember that. I need to leave these out so I can take the picture afterwards to make the thumbnail for the video. But that devil wanted to be seen. I see you, devil. All right, I'll tell you a little story. Since the devil came out, where did he go? There he is. Because I already knew that the next time the devil comes out, I'm supposed to tell this story. And then for some reason, I was going to put the cards back, but I cut the deck in the middle. I just picked up half the deck, and there he was, right there. So, how am I supposed to tell this story? So last year on Easter, Jesus came to me and gave me a message that I was supposed to share with the world, and I did, but like nobody listened because nobody listens to me. Or in the past, people didn't really listen to me. Maybe people are listening to me more now. I don't know. Anyway, I mean, definitely more now from doing these videos. I'm sorry. So he came, and one of the things, so he started giving me these commandments. He's like, he was having me write this down. It was like this whole long message, and I did a video on it. You can go look at that if you want. I think it was called Jesus' Easter Message or something like that. And then he's telling me these messages, and then he says, I'm going to give you these commandments. These are the commandments. And I was like, Yeshua, like, we already have commandments. Like, there's the 10 commandments, and then, right, we already, like, I'm not, as you know, many of you know, if you've watched me, like, I'm not really familiar that much with the Bible and stuff. I was deliberately kept out of organized religion. I was exposed to it enough so that I got a sense of it and, like, am familiar with it enough, like Christianity, but I was kind of kept away from actually being, like, indoctrinated by a church intentionally, so that I would be able to do this work. But anyway, so anyway, I was like, we already got commandments and stuff. And so anyway, but he still gave me commandments, and he gave me, was it 5? 5 commandments. And he said, because he said that people's attention spans are so much shorter now with all, like, the TikTok and all that and all the social media and stuff and scrolling, and people don't have the attention span. So he was just giving me, like, he's like, I'm paring it down, like, condensing it into, like, the most, like, condensed it can be. And so anyway, the fourth commandment he gave me was denounce evil. I don't remember, like, the exact words, but that's another thing about it. It's, like, the exact words. There weren't exact words. When Jesus communicates with me telepathically, or when anybody communicates telepathically, really, well, it can be specific words if the specific word is important. So, so a lot of times I'll get, like, a specific word downloaded into my consciousness or whatever. But a lot of times, like, especially I notice with, like, messages from Jesus or whatever, is, like, he just gives the idea of it, and it's not in words. And then I have to, like, unpack it and translate it into words. So I couldn't really, the word denounce, like, I couldn't figure out what word to use for that, but I just finally settled on denounce. But then after the fact, I'm like, it's not exactly right, because you don't, so what he meant was, so I said denounce evil, like, whenever you see it. What he meant was shine the light of God on darkness whenever you see it, like I can't even explain it into words. And you don't have, so it's not like you go up, if you see something evil, you don't, like, have to, like, sit there and be like, that's evil, and, like, like, say it to the person or the thing or whatever. Oh, I should stop trying to tell stories when Mercury's in retrograde. Anyway. But it's just a matter of, like, seeing it, and it's weird. So anyway, but this concept was was made more tangible for me. This summer, my brother and I and my 2 boys went to visit our family that lives in Michigan. And so we were there, and one evening, my older brother and I and our dad were sitting outside by my aunt's pool, and we were all just talking, and the house next door is like an Airbnb, and it was, I think it was like a Friday, so the people who were staying there for the weekend like just came that day or whatever, and they were out on their back patio porch or whatever, and they were playing I'm just gonna call it low vibrational music. It was very low. The energy of it was gross. Like I couldn't you know, I feel things energetically, and so sometimes things just feel yucky to me, and I didn't like it, and so anyway, it was making me very uncomfortable. I couldn't even stand to sit and listen to the music anymore. I said, and I channeled it. I didn't even mean to say it, but I said, that's devil music. I can't listen to that. I'm not going to listen to that devil music. And so I said, I'm sorry, you guys, I got to go inside. I can't be around this music. I can't listen to this music. It's like hurting me energetically. And so I went inside, and like, I don't know, I think like 10 minutes later, my brother came in to go to the bathroom or something, and he stopped by my room because I went into my room. I was just hanging out in there, and he stopped by and he goes, I just wanted to tell you that 2 minutes after you went inside, those people stopped playing that music and went inside their house, and the neighbors on the other side had a live band start playing like this hippie folk music. And he was like, I couldn't believe it. I was like, what? He's like, I just thought you might want to know that. And I was like, oh, that's so funny. So, and that's how Spirit showed me that they showed me that's what this concept was, that this commandment that Jesus was giving of like denounce evil whenever you see it. It's just like point it out so that like the universe can see it, or like it's something energetic. It's like just an energetic thing. It's not. So I said I can't listen to this devil music, and I removed myself so that I wouldn't be subjected to it, and then like. The universe just like that music went away and was replaced by like this live music, hippie folk music, I guess. I don't know. But I just thought that was so funny of like me just shining the light on that, like low vibrational music, like the universe, like it just changed it and it transmuted it into like good music or whatever you want to call it. So anyway, that was the story I was supposed to tell the next time I saw this card, the devil card. So yeah, that's my story. So anyway, I hope you guys have a good rest of your day. Thank you for being here with me. If you are still here all the way to the end, I love you. And I will see you next time. Bye.